A family broken by a game. I want to tell you the story of a man named Mark. Mark had a good life. He had a kind wife and 2 little children. They were not rich, but they were happy. They lived in a small house in a quiet street. Every day, Mark went to work. He came home in the evening and played with his children. On weekends, they went to the park. His wife made sweet cakes, and they ate together. They laughed a lot and told simple jokes. I saw them many times. They looked like a perfect family. Mark smiled all the time. He held his wife's hand and kissed his kids on the head. It was a warm and lovely home. But things started to change. Mark met a new man at work. That man talked about games with money. He said, "You can win fast. You just need to try once." At first, Mark didn't care. He said, "I don't need it. I am happy." But one day, he was bored. He played a small game. He lost. Then he played again. He thought he could win back his money. He started hiding things from his wife. He stayed out late. He smiled less. The home felt different. Something was wrong, but no one said it out loud. Mark started to change. He went out more and came home late. When his wife asked, he said, "I am busy with work." But it was not true. He was playing games again and again. He wanted to win, but he lost more money every time. He stopped smiling at home. He did not talk much with his children. His wife saw the change. She felt sad and worried. She asked him, "What is happening?" Mark said, "Everything is fine," but it was not fine at all. At night, Mark sat alone in the dark. He looked at his phone and checked the games. He thought, "Next time I will win." But the next time, he lost again. He began to borrow money from friends. He even sold some things from the house. One day, his wife saw her favorite lamp was gone. She asked, "Where is the lamp?" Mark said, "I gave it to a friend." But she knew he was lying. Her heart was heavy. She wanted her old Mark back, the kind and loving man she married. The children missed their father's laugh. They waited for him every evening, but he was not the same. He came home with tired eyes and no stories to tell. The house was quiet. The warmth was slowly leaving. The happy family was breaking, little by little. Mark's wife, Anna, could not sleep well at night. She looked at her children and felt afraid. She did not know what to do. The bills were high. There was not enough food. Mark gave less money each week. She knew the family was in trouble. One morning, Anna followed Mark. He went into a small building with many lights. She waited outside. After 2 hours, he came out looking tired and angry. His hands were shaking. Anna knew this was a place for gambling. Her heart broke. She walked back home with tears in her eyes. That night, Anna spoke to Mark. She said, "Please stop. We don't need money. We need you." But Mark didn't listen. He said, "I will win one day. I can fix everything." Anna cried. She said, "You are losing more than money. You are losing us." Mark stayed silent. He looked at his children. They were playing with old toys. They wore small shoes that didn't fit well. He felt something inside him, but the games were stronger. The games were like a fire he couldn't stop. Days passed and things got worse. Mark lost his job, he sold their TV, then their table. The house looked empty. Anna started working at a small store to buy food. She was tired, but she never stopped smiling at her children. She was strong for them. One evening the children asked, "Mom, where is Daddy?" Anna said, "He is outside." But she knew he was at the gambling place again. She held her kids and said nothing more. She looked out the window and thought about their future. Anna was tired, but she did not give up. Every day she went to work. She cleaned the house, helped the kids with homework, and made simple food. The children loved her very much. They said, "Mom, you are our hero." She smiled, but inside she was sad. Mark did not change. He stayed out late. He came home with no money and no hope. One night he looked at Anna and said, "I lost everything." Anna asked, "Do you want help?" Mark said, "I don't know how." He looked lost, like a boy in the dark. The next morning, Anna made a big decision. She took the children and went to her mother's house. She left a letter for Mark. In the letter she wrote, "We love you, but we need to be safe. When you are ready to change, we will talk." Mark came home and found the letter. He sat down and read it again and again. He cried for the first time in years. The house was quiet. No children's voices, no warm food, no one waiting at the door. For many days Mark stayed alone. He thought about his life. He thought about Anna and the kids. He looked at the empty rooms and felt the pain. He wanted to change, but he didn't know where to start. Then, one evening, he saw an old photo on the wall. It was from their first family trip. Everyone was smiling. He touched the picture and said, "I want that life again." Something changed in his heart that night. The next day, Mark walked to a help centre. He met a man named John. John used to have the same problem. He said, "You are not alone. I was like you, but I changed. You can change too." Mark listened. For the first time he felt hope. Mark started going to meetings. He talked to people. He told his story. Each day was hard, but he tried. He wrote letters to Anna and the children. He said he was sorry. He said he was learning to be better. Anna read the letters. She felt many things: pain, fear, but also hope. She wanted to believe him, but she waited. She needed to see real change, not just words. Mark worked small jobs. He saved money. He stopped going to the gambling house. He stayed busy and clean. At night he read books and thought about his kids. He missed their voices. He missed Anna's smile. One weekend he walked to Anna's mother's house. He didn't knock. He left a toy boat and a note for his son. The note said, "Daddy is trying. Daddy loves you." Then he walked away. Anna saw the boat. She picked it up and read the note. Her hands were shaking. She didn't know what to do, but deep in her heart she felt something change too. Weeks passed. Mark kept working. He did not stop. He still missed his family, but now he had a goal. He wanted to be a good father. He wanted to be a better man. He knew it would take time, but he was ready. One day, Anna called him. Her voice was quiet. She said, "The children want to see you." Mark's eyes filled with tears. He said thank you. They agreed to meet at the park on Sunday. That Sunday, the sun was bright. Mark wore clean clothes and brought a small bag of toys. He saw Anna sitting on a bench. The kids ran to him. He knelt down and hugged them tight. "I missed you so much," he said. Anna watched from a distance. She saw the love in Mark's eyes. She saw the kids laugh. Mark looked at her and said, "I am not the same man. I still have work to do, but I will never stop trying." Anna walked over slowly. She looked into his eyes. "I believe you," she said. "Let's take it one step at a time." Mark smiled. It was small but real. They walked together in the park, not as a perfect family, but as a family that wanted to heal, a family that wanted to try again. Sometimes life gives us second chances. This was one of them.